Good day, good morning. It's Monday. Derby Jack here with a cup of coffee. And it is the anniversary of the tragic and deceptive and done by the military complex and the federal government 9/11. You know, most of us whose eyes are open, and that's not very many, we don't believe in the narratives. We know that we know that we know spiritually. Those whose eyes are open spiritually. We know that this was an inside job. We know that our federal government was behind it all. We know that they massacred those people like they massacred the people in Maui and in what they're doing in Florida and all the burnings and everything else they did in this country. We know who's behind it. But the rest of you, you trust your government. You trust these people with everything you got because it's all you got. You don't have God. You don't have an everlasting life in heaven. All you have is this. And you put all your stake, all your money, everything into this. You put your love and heart and sweat and tears into this shithole. And here's another thing. I'm getting this emotional feeling or spiritual feeling. Something's up. Something more is going to happen. They're going to do things. 9/11, this day will not go down, whether it's in this country or something's going to happen. Now, I could be wrong, but usually when the Spirit gives me something, it's usually 99.9% right. So something's going to happen. People may die. Hopefully you're not one of them. So for all you people whose eyes are open, pray. Pray for those people who could wake up. Those people who would open up their eyes and see the world for what it really is. A shithole. See, you all sit there and say, well, you put America down. That means you're putting Americans down. Well, if that's how you want to call it, if you're still an American, I'm not an American. I live in this land, but I don't feel like I'm part of America because I don't want to participate in this new America. I don't want to participate in control. I don't want to be a controlled being. I'm under the authority of God. I'm not under the authority of the government. And I could give two craps what the government thinks about me. I don't give two craps about what you, if you are not a born again Christian who understands where I'm coming from, and you sit there and say, well, you know, you're putting down all the people who died and all the military and stuff. You could think what you want. It's a shame that they had to die so this country could turn into what it is. And I've said that before, and I'll say it over and over again. If you're a veteran and you're proud of your country, why? What did your country do to you? How many veterans out there are living in the streets? Why they bring up invaders from the south, from Mexico? These people are coming from Argentina. These people are coming from Guam. These people are coming from all kinds of places around the world just to come here. You know, here's the funny thing. I seen a video where they're sending these people to New York. So if you live in New York, you're going to be invaded. These people are coming to go to New York for some freaking reason. And they're sending them to Ohio, some to Nashville, some to this place, some to that. But, you know, y'all sit there and say, well, we got to help these people. Why? We're not even helping the people who fought for our country. So like I said, you people who talk about 9/11 and they're going to celebrate. Oh, I'm seeing pictures right now. There it is, the crumbling building all over the place, right? But the thing of it is that it was done purposely. Not by Afghanistan, not by Iraq, not by any people This was a military complex operation here in the United States. It was a war machine which took down those towers. And if you can't believe that, then you're a fool. If you can't understand the truth, then you're an idiot. Because right now, here's the thing. Do you really want to give respect to those people who died in those towers? The only way you're going to give respect is actually understanding the truth of how it happened and why it happened. Otherwise, if you stay ignorant, you're not giving those people the respect that they deserved. They died unnecessarily so people could get rich, so people's narratives would be controlled, so they could control everything. And that's the one thing about our government. It is and all the other government, they do a good job in controlling narratives. But the problem is that people who have no intelligence, people who are ignorant, people who just believe and take in everything that they hear and that they see, they don't think for themselves. You're the problem. You're my problem. You're the problem of true Christian saints, because you're a plague. You're the virus. The unbelievers, you're the virus. You all spread the misinformation. You all watch the misinformation on TV. You all watch CNN. You all watch Fox Network. You all believe what the government tells you. You all sit there and you vote these monkeys in over and over again, and you get the same results. You get screwed, but yet you still believe. That's why I say, if you don't have God, if you're not concentrating on what the Word tells you, and you're not praying, then you got nothing but this shithole. And this is all you have. And most of you all, I look at the world, I look at people, you look like you belong in a shithole. There are people out there, I see, if I'm out in the street, I see everything. And I don't care if you look rich. There are people out there who are wealthy, have real nice cars, they'll park them a certain way so people don't, you know what? If that's all you got, that car will burn. They'll put a ray out of the sky and they'll burn it and melt it. What the hell good is it going to do you then when it's all melted? Maybe you're in it and they're melted. Ask the people from, oh yeah, most of them are dead. An old saying, I trust them as far as I can throw them. And I can't throw that far. So for all of you people, all you military people, and all you veterans, and all you people fly flags, I guarantee you right now, there are hundreds upon hundreds of people right now putting the flag out in front of their house. And that flag that you're putting in front of your house, that flag you're hanging, is a flag that works against you. That flag is basically what you hang, is a flag against the people of the United States. It is not the flag flying for the people of the United States. It's flying for a narrative. It's flying for tyranny. It's flying for oppression. It's flying for control. And it's also flying for genocide. The American flag, the red, white, and blue. Blood. Red? That's right. The America that you know right now loves to shed blood. The government loves to shed blood. Whether they're Democrat or Republican, they love to shed blood. They love to end lives. This is what they live for. And they love the control. They get off on it. So if you can't understand that, then you're a fool. So this is 9/11. I have something else to say. I usually keep my door open since it's still warm. And I had to close it. There's a smell here in Nashville. It's a chemical smell. I don't know where it's coming from or what's happening. I'm not hearing anything, but it's god awful. My door's and I'm still smelling it. And the first thing that came to my mind, what a shithole. I live in a shithole. Now, a lot of people would sit here and say, "Oh, Derby Jack, you're so negative." Well, think about it for a moment. For all of you people who are trying to be positive, it's like being in a concentration camp. Could you imagine the people in a concentration camp trying to be positive, especially if they had kids with them, their children, and they're trying to be positive, knowing that they're probably going to die, starve to death and die. Remember you've heard about, the German concentration camps, right? Well, they're going to be bringing it back. The 15-minute concentration camps, that's what they are. Your little 15-minute cities. Even Trump wants a 15-minute concentration camp. So here's the thing. How do you become positive when you know that you're under oppression? And see, for you people who just try to be positive because we're just going through a bump in the road thing, I can't believe how many people think that everything's going to get better. There are people out there that I follow who actually think that, well, this is going to continue. The earth ain't going to be destroyed yet and all this other stuff. Well, why are you defying God and his word? If you say you're a Christian and you don't believe what the word says, then you're not a Christian. The word says that we're in the end times. I believe we're in the end times. I believe it'll happen in our day and time. I don't know when, but I believe it's going to happen in my lifetime. How can you not when you look around and see what's going on in this world? How many more people have to die? How many more people have to be misplaced? How many people have to be burned out of their houses? How many earthquakes have to happen? How many things have got to go on before you open up your freaking mind and understand this ain't global warming. This has nothing to do with any of that. This has to do with control, with genocide, depopulation. But see, the problem is, you people who believe in these false hopes, you like I said, you Republicans, we got to get Trump back. We got to get Trump back. And the Democrats are just trying to cover their tracks. Is this what government should be? Oh, when are they going to work for the people? Hell, they're talking about, I'm getting Social Security now that I'm retired. Not much. So I retired early. But I don't think it'll be around by the time I reach 65. I'm 63. I don't think it'll be here. I don't think I'll be able to collect it then. So I had to make a decision. I don't want to go and work my ass off anymore in what I did, because I can't do it no more. My body aged, whether I look it or not. My body is aged a lot quicker inside and things that are happening to me. My stomach still has problems. I still spit up blood. I have migraine headaches because my eyes are going bad. And yet, I believe in God. Because this is going to fade away. And it's already starting. See, the world, they got things out there to make you look younger. You can get creams to get rid of the bags in your eyes. You can get tucks and all this other stuff, You put your makeup, well, girls don't know how to put makeup on. They look like clowns today. But, you get nice clothes and you do this and you try to make yourself look nice and stuff like that. Even when you're growing old, I remember a commercial, and it was such vanity. It's about hearing aids. And the woman and her daughter said, well, people would walk by and talk to her, and she didn't know they were there because she didn't hear what they were saying. And the woman comes back and says, well, I didn't want to get hearing aids Now understand, she needs hearing aids. She needs to hear her ears go. She goes, I didn't want to get hearing aids because I have short hair and I didn't want people to see them. There's vanity right there. There's your vanity. She needed something to help her hear, but she didn't want to get them. Why? Because her short hair, people would see it. And the last thing she wanted to do was let people see that she had hearing aids. Now they got them, they go in the ear and you can barely see them. What I'm trying to say is that this is what our world is right now. This is what a country is. This is America. Everybody has an ego. Everybody has pride in self. There are people out there who have to be seen a certain way. They go out and try to represent themselves as something they really aren't, or try to make themselves look better than what they are. If this is what America has become, you're a sad group of people. Very sad. Because all you think about is yourselves. All you think about is your existence. All you think about is how you look to other people. So, I know, Derby, you've been getting down on Americans. You've been getting down on people, Well, I'm only doing what Jesus would have done. I'm telling the truth. What say you? So, I don't know what to tell you, people. I've said so many things about this country and about this world that, sometimes I wonder why, because YouTube and all the other platforms won't let me grow. I got things I got to do. I'm waiting for money to come in. That's taking so long. I got to pay my rent. I got things I'm trying to do just like the rest of y'all. And the thing is that I want to keep this ministry. That's how I want to work. I want to do ministry. I'm also working on maybe trying to start a little business on the side, writing songs for people who would like songs written for them and performed for them, recorded for them, for special occasions, weddings, personal, I won't do, of course, I won't do anything for transgender weddings or anything like that, or gay weddings. I stand behind my principles and stuff. If I'm going to make money, I'm going to make it right, but I'm not going to compromise myself, you see. So anyway, I'm working on something like that. I'm looking at it. How can I do that? Anybody who might have some ideas on that and maybe be able to give me a hand or help me, I'd appreciate it. So, in saying all that, this is a somber day. And if you reflect on anything, reflect on the poor souls that died for no reason at all, because they had a narrative they had to make happen. That's how pitiful your federal government is. That's how pitiful all the governments in the world are. Pitiful people in top places. Pitiful. And yet, what's really pitiful is that you all keep trusting them and you all keep voting them in. Do you know what would happen to this country if the government was dissolved? And here's another thing a lot of people don't realize. Why are we being under control from the District of Columbia, which isn't even part of the United States? We have a government controlling us who isn't even part of the United States. Think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. It's supposed to be our government, but it doesn't represent itself as our government because it's outside of our jurisdiction. But yet it has control over us. Something to think about for you people who don't do a lot of that lately, For you people who've rolled up your sleeves and got things moving all over inside of you, and you don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what you're doing. You're just one step away from being a vegetable in most cases. So anyway, I've said my piece for now. Derby Jack out. I love y'all. Remember, I still could use donations from you rich people. You rich people out there, if you can send a buck or two, I'd appreciate it. And once again, I always say, you poor people, I'm not asking you for money. If you can give me a prayer, because I want power of prayer. I don't want prayers from make-believe Christians. I don't want prayers from Christians who have no Holy Spirit in them. I want prayers from powerful, Spirit-filled, Christ-filled Christians, because you're the only ones that are going to heaven. All the rest, well, you know where you may be going, unless you change your ways, unless you change directions, and let go of the world. Let go of your ball. Let go of your flag. Let go of your country. Let go. And let God take over. Derby Jack out. See you all on the other side.